Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode, a little preventative maintenance and service to the Husqvarna 61/272. It's a little behind schedule. Welcome to Man Time. Well, if you missed one of my more recent videos, I went to use this saw for like all-day use, cutting firewood, and it just did not perform. I did end up seeing a bunch of silt, sawdust, debris, whatever, in the gas tank that was left over from when I initially rebuilt the saw. But I ended up taking the top cover off, just like I've done here, so I could get a good look at what was going on in there. I also ended up taking the fuel filter off, blowing through the fuel filter. The fuel filter isn't the problem. But what I'm going to do, I also found debris in the intake there. So just for, basic routine maintenance, how I like to start, blow the thing off, get the top cover off of it, get the air filter off, get it blown out. I've done that. I do want to take a look down in the cylinder and see how that's doing. Ultimately, I think I'm going to end up with removing the carburetor and taking that apart and seeing what's going on there, because again, NGK BP MR8, so I bumped it up to an 8 on this one. This one actually has a little divot in the electrode there, but let's see what's going on inside of here. Spark plug looks very good, nice caramely brown, perfect. Wash pattern on the piston looks really good. Again, nice caramely brown wash pattern on the piston coming in from those transfers. Meets right in the middle. Yeah, cylinder still looks extremely good. Nothing going on there I can see. A little bit black up around, the spark plug, but nothing that is raising eyebrows. So let's get the bar off of here, and then we'll get it on the bench, get up nice and close, and start taking this carburetor apart. Today's video, not sponsored by anybody, naturally. Okay, last time I was running this saw, not only did it not run right, but the start-stop switch quit working. So first thing I'm going to do here is check this out. I think this is an aftermarket switch. Man, I have not had good luck with basically any of the aftermarket stuff on these for the most part. If I can, I'm going to go with new, new basically. Alright, so there is a closed the start-stop switch isn't doing anything. So it's actually the switch's fault this time. Let's see if that's an OEM or not. I really don't think it is. Yeah, these things, this is aftermarket. This is not going to be ideal for what we want to do here. But yeah, to test these, test the terminal. Oh great, now it started working. On, off. No, it's the exact same reading. It should change from being open to being closed. And now it's not doing anything. So, let's see here. You can actually take this apart a little bit further. Not really meant to be taken apart, but this doesn't have Sweden on it anywhere. I think I ended up actually ordering another one of these, because this just, aftermarket stuff, right? There we go. Okay, there's kind of some crud in there. Yeah, it's really funny. In the time it took me to take this apart, it went from being permanently made to permanently open. like the meter's working, right? There's a closed circuit, less than an ohm, but for some reason, this is not working. Yeah, these aftermarket ones are just not made very well. There we go. So there's a closed circuit on stop, and then we should go to an open circuit, which we do. So now it works. I took it apart, I put it back together, I didn't do anything to it, and all of a sudden it works. So, okay, well, I think I've got the carburetor about ready to pull off here. Let's see, to get this linkage off of there. How did we do that? There we go. Yeah, this piece here, if you lose that, there is, again, online places where you can get that. People are still selling them. But you really don't want to lose it. I have done that before, and it is a pain. Trying to make one, you're never going to be able to make something that is quite the same as this intricate little piece is right here. But we'll get that choke off of there. Get these carb bolts out of there. Let's see, Golf T for the fuel line. Oh, look at there. That little screw that holds this air boot on there. That worked just great. Okay. Anything else holding it on? Nope. Oh, shoot. I may have kind of glued it to the boot here the last time. Let's see if that's the case. Yeah, that's what I did. And then from there, yeah, it's loose. Alright. Let's see, did I make that gasket the last time? Yeah, I sure did. That is my material right there. Okay, so let's blow this stuff off before we go any further. Alright, well, I did find one issue. The carb is not closing all the way, so I don't have the spring wrapped around here quite enough, I don't think. I did redo this spring. I ended up taking the rod out when I rebuilt this initially, and I didn't give it enough wraps, it looks like. So, let's see if we can give it one more wrap around here. Okay, well, I took the carb apart, I took the top side off here, gasket still looks good, everything still looks good. Sprayed out everything. I did notice that there was a little bit of issue with my return spring. It was latched in here and not through this little hole. I don't know that that matters, but it does seem to be returning a lot better. This thing is bent. I don't know which way to bend it, so it's kind of like on and off of the adjustment there for the, idle speed and setting that throttle open. But yeah, it looks clean and brand new inside because I rebuilt it and it still looks the same. So I'm going to slap it back together here and see what happens. Okay, well, I'm not sure that I really did too much of anything. Just kind of messed with it, got the carb back set, figured taking the switch apart and putting it back together, that made it start working. So maybe that had something to do with it. I doubt it, but now it is on and choked. Let's see if we can get it to run here. I do enjoy running this saw, like, a lot. And I want to cut some firewood with it tomorrow, so I think it's worthwhile to try to get it running right. Now that could, so it seems to be running pretty good. Sometimes you just got to take it apart and put it back together, I guess. The air filter was pretty clogged up, so I mean that was probably part of it. Just routine maintenance again, needing to blow all that stuff out. But yeah, I think the switch is giving me some issues. Sometimes this wire can be like loose to the connector. It does not feel that way. But you can ohm it out on both ends to figure that out for sure. But yeah, these aftermarket switches are just not great. I think that may have actually been part of the problem. Was the switch was intermittently taking away some of the power from the coil by not being a very good switch. But let's try that one more time to see if it'll start up and then with the switch stop. Yeah. So I need to find my OEM switch that I got, but yeah, this will be put to use tomorrow for me. For you it might be next week when I go and do a little bit of firewooding with it. I am going to sharpen the chain, dress the bar, do all of the routine maintenance stuff that you kind of need to do. Blew out the air filter, that's ready to go back on. Top cover's ready to go back on. I'm just going to get the rest of it ready, and I will see you at the woodpile. It's going to do it for today on Man Time. Sometimes you just need to give it a little love. Get out there, have you some man time too.